the African People's Solidarity Committee. I would like to thank the leadership of the African people here, Chairman O'Malley, and the leaders of the African people who are here. I would also like to acknowledge to be standing on the land of the indigenous people. We have just heard the leadership of the Mexican people spoke earlier. The question that faces us as a people, as a generation, is if we are willing to continue the status quo, or we are willing to go the route of a revolution. What is a revolution? A revolution is not just burning down buildings, excitement, nice songs. That is not a revolution. What is not a revolution is the nice chanting and going all over the place, magnifying specific leaders. That's not a revolution. A revolution is change. A revolution is complete and fundamental change. A revolution is a single complete turn. That's a revolution. It's just not minor modification. It's not minor progress. It's not making things work better. That is not a revolution. I hope all of us, as we stand here, we stand for a revolution. Because the system that exists today in the world, it's a system that seeks to improve and create more profits and create more luxury, more comfort for the white supremist mentality. I always feel sorry for the white people specifically, or the European descendant. Because as it's been shown earlier, they seem to be so keen to support this system, and they are so happy about it. And they don't realize that they are losing the biggest opportunity. In the world, currently food is being dumped in seas. So we don't have a problem of scarcity. That's why you cannot bring more efficiency, because you'll produce more food. You'll produce more technological advancement. But it will not change the conditions and the situation of the world. It will not change the anger that you see in the eyes of the people of the world anywhere you go. Looking from indigenous people of America to African people, worse in Europe. Look at those eyes. They are full of misery, they are full of anger. We need a revolution. A complete turn, a fundamental change. You look at the world today, the race of arms in the 18th century and the race of arms in the new millennium. Everyone wants to have an atom bomb. Everyone wants to destroy the world. So, can we improve the status quo? Our argument is that we need a revolution. diseases. You go to Africa, particularly Southern Africa, if you go to Azania, 10% of the people, that means 5 million people are dying of AIDS. You got 1.5% of the population getting new infection every year. You got 50 murders a year in a population of 45 million. You got 30,000 rapes a year that are reported. And all the research are saying that it's only 1 in 9 women report rape. We have not started talking about the rape of male, what is normally in most law not called rape. You see that this system does not need improvement. You go to Southern Africa, most of the land is not plantable. Go to Angola, Mozambique. It's full of landmines. It's full of dangerous weapons. It's full of death. You can improve the system as much as you want. You're gonna get another Mandela. You're gonna get another Mobutu Seseko with the improvement. Revolution, it's a dramatic and a far-reaching change in the way of thinking and behavior. That's a dictionary explanation of a revolution. Dramatic, far-reaching change. Then in the way of thinking and the way of behaving. So it does not start in deeds. It does not only act in deeds. Firstly, you must change the foundation of your mind.
There you go.
And look at things differently. Look at things the way that corporations will not like you to look at them. Look at the way that the nations or the state machinery would not like you to look at. Go beyond the curriculum that you are given in education system that you have. Because the education system, being in Africa, being in Europe, being here, its foundation, it's based on white supremacy mentality. It is based on exploitation. It is based on a theory that the stronger must survive and the weak must die. And the strong are not normally necessarily strong. Because muscles are not the only indicator. There are other things that you take into account about strength. The so-called strong people normally cannot survive in the environment which they had to live in. Because it's not only the muscles. It's the mind, it's the spiritual strength, it's many other various entities that make a human being and that make societies. And the weakest in the society, you might find that is the strongest in the things that are needed most. It's been documented that people who have been physically disabled and physically crushed have made big innovations in the world. We need a revolution. We need dramatic, not modification, dramatic, far-reaching change in the way we think, in the way we behave. We have been taught to buy the biggest house that is available to you, the biggest car. You find in Azania, I'm not sure here, in Azania you find a family of 3 people having a house which has 17 bedrooms. It makes sense. It's logical. You can afford it. If you want it, you can buy it. But it's logical because of the way you think. On the paradigm you are on, you have to change the paradigm. It's normal in Azania. Here, I'm sure it's not like that. That you find a family of a wife and a husband having 6 cars. It's normal. What do they do with these cars? They've been people who've been recorded to have one person in Saudi Arabia had 365 cars. It's normal. You have the money, you can afford it. But we need a revolution. It should be clear that the world does not have a problem of scarcity. There is abundance. Yes. There is more than enough. But the paradigm that has put its hegemony in the world says that keep what is yours. It's yours. Do not share. Only give a small portion so that you are known and you get more. It doesn't matter if you need it or you'll ever use it. It doesn't matter if just 200 kilometers away, there are hundreds of people who are dying who needs that particular entity that you are having. It doesn't matter. They are stupid. Why they don't have it? That's a paradigm of the status quo. That's a paradigm of the political situation now. Moving from a mentality of scarcity that if I take out a few of what I have, it will never be available. We live in times of abundance. How much grain is thrown away in America? How much cattle are culled and their meat is buried? In Tanzania, the same thing. In the whole of Africa, it's the same thing. But you will see pictures of babies with their ribs sitting on the skin. In that abundance, we need a revolution. Yeah. And it's sad to say that the revolution will not happen by itself. The change will not happen by itself. The change needs you. The future that we are envisaging will not just come, but it will be brought. There is a price to pay for that in a revolution. It will not be given.